welcome to the Conway Arena in Nashua, scene of this evening's game, this pre-Super Bowl Eve boys hockey doubleheader. North-Souhegan, the hyphenated team, they also call themselves Norhegan Sabre-Titans, hosting the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. I am John Collins along with Matt Neverett, our cameraman Jim McLean, and as in our first game, but even maybe more so, Matt, you got one prohibitive favorite entering the opening faceoff.
Yeah, 6-0 win for Bedford over South Pelham in the first half of our afternoon-evening doubleheader here, and Bishop Guertin comes in the favorite. They are 6-3-1 on the year. They've played some tough competition.
Yeah.
And for the Norhegan Sabre-Titans, an interesting little mashup of the names there. 0-10 on the year, still looking for win number one. It's going to be a tough one today. Not impossible, as we saw earlier, Bedford scoring in spurts. If they're able to really prevent a lot of those offensive outbursts for Bishop Guertin, I think that Norhegan has a chance to really keep this one close, but it's going to start early on. If BG can come out and claim a lot of the momentum in those sharp green uniforms, I got to say, love how they look. I think they have an opportunity to really seize the momentum and play from ahead early on.
Yeah, Matt was mentioning before the game that it reminded him of the old Minnesota North Stars uniform color scheme and or the California Golden Seals going way back in the NHL annals. So we are about to begin here. The goaltender for Norhegan is Robbie Morrell, junior goalie, and you'll probably be hearing his name a lot, as you can expect him to see a lot of shots on goal in this one. It is the eve of Super Bowl 52, a February 3, 2018 contest here on a Saturday eve at the Conway. Glad to be with you. First face-off of the game, first whistle after play begins. And it'll be a face-off just outside the Norhegan blue line.
Both teams already making a forward change, keeping the defenseman out there.
So we know at least two local people who are attending some big events, hockey-wise. I should say hockey-wise. I think of Minnesota, I think of hockey, but Tom King's out at the Super Bowl, and Callie Flanagan, who is from Hudson, New Hampshire, is a defenseman on the USA Women's Olympic Ice Hockey team, and they'll be opening up against Finland. I believe it's on a February 11th. So a game. So we're proud of to be able to root for somebody local in the Olympics. And not so proud of Tom King. He always goes to the Super Bowl.
This is what, his eighth one?
Yeah, it is at least. I think, actually, you know what? I think, Matt, I think he went to one of the two pre-Brady Super Bowls, too.
Yeah, so 85 maybe? Dating back
9.
That far, yeah.
Wow. 97, I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah, when we played Green Bay.
Yeah, that was the Brett Favre, yeah. So 97 and 85. That 85 team did not have much of a chance.
No. Oh, a save is made by Morrell there, maybe by accident. Bishop Guertin with a great bid for the game's first goal. 15-minute periods in New Hampshire high school boys hockey, and we just saw a heavy hit, a clean one though, administered by Jared Zicek, number 4 for BG, as he leveled Josh Constant. Josh was kind of leaning back when he absorbed that hit, but still it's going to be penalized.
Yeah, maybe not so clean as Zicek will head in.
What did you see? What did he see that I didn't see?
Maybe a charge, I don't know. And anything around the board area, they like to keep the players safe, so they really ramp up the pressure on the officials too.
Oh, so it's interference. I just saw the indication because the Bill Thorpe, the PA guy, wanted to know from the official following up. Well, what was that for?
Yeah, it gets a little tight near the boards, and especially in the neutral zone right in front of both benches. It's hard to get away.
Didn't he?
Yeah, an interesting call. We've seen those all afternoon already in,
we
in
see
game
people
number
go
one.
down,
Yeah.
and then it's all of a sudden it's creative officiating. Saw a roughing call on a player that Nolan Harvey, defenseman, that absorbed a hard charging forward at the blue line. Standing still, he got called for roughing. Dean Paquette, a key player, and he gets leveled way after the play. That could have been interference. I mean, he had let it go a good 2 seconds before he got knocked down, but they don't want to give, I guess, a 5-on-3 advantage for that particular play, which I thought was a little more egregious. Here comes the Sabre-Titans. John Natale going deep into the zone. Great opportunity for the home team to score first here on the power play. Just a few minutes into the game, but BG controlling the puck. They shoot it on up ahead. Number 21 is Aaron Pratt on the forecheck on Dean Paquette. Pratt is going to draw a penalty. A hit from behind. Might be a cross-check.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Matty Ascanis is going to go to the box for Norhegan, so they give the advantage right back.
And that's the equivalent of stepping in front of a basketball player driving the lane, not allowing the easy look, as it was a good chance in front for BG and trying to get the scoring started. So now 4-on-4 for the next 56 seconds. Lots of open space, and you want your top skaters on the ice in the 4-on-4. Lots of speed.
So Bishop Guertin winning the faceoff. Ben Young centering pass as he tried to set up teammate Aaron Pratt. Pratt's had a couple of good chances this trip down the ice, but saves made both times by Morrell. That one goes wide to the left.
Looked like it was knocked away in front.
Kept in. Saucer shot from the left point. Easy save that time for Robbie Morrell. He hangs on for a faceoff to his right.
So even on the 4-on-4, BG looking like they're on the man advantage as they've had the time on attack really since that penalty put it to 4-on-4, and they get another offensive zone try here.
There's not too much more exciting overtime in sports right now than NHL overtime 3-on-3s.
Oh,
I don't know what you think.
Love it.
Yeah. There's a wrister and right into the chest of Morrell. Getting his own rebound back, though, was Ben Peterson. Toe save that time on the shot from the point by Nick Gould. Morrell's been fantastic early.
Yeah, kick save and a beauty, just capping off a trio of offensive chances for BG. And now as the time running out on the penalty, they'll get a 1-minute power play in the 5-on-4.
BG on the power play for the next minute. Still have the puck in the offensive zone. Bad news for Norhegan, the North-Souhegan combo team under siege. Shot goal from the point or near inside it. Matty, make that number 9. Is that one of the Petersons?
That's Ben Peterson,
Ben Peterson with the goal.
What a rip from the righty Peterson. Just circled into space. He was waiting for a man to come off the bench and get that advantage back to 5-on-4. Just kind of circled around, found himself in some open space at the center of the blue line, threw one on the net, and Morrell not able to make that miraculous save. And so that'll end the power play chance, bring the man out of the box, and back to 5-on-5. BG with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that was only about 15 seconds into the power play for Bishop Guertin, and they made it count with a nice shot from Peterson that beats Robbie Morrell. Probably a save that Morrell would think he should make. I think, you know, kind of the shot you might see in the opening warm-ups, but well placed by Peterson. 1-0. Guertin looking for a second one, and they get it. A blast from the right point. It's 2-0 as that one slid along the ice. I believe that was number 23, which we don't have on my roster.
Of course, that's not on the roster they gave us.
Of course.
We'll have to listen for the public address, but same kind of a shot, just an open look from the blue line and a ripper through some traffic in front. And BG using the Bedford strategy for success here and scoring in bunches. And look for another one. They're not done scoring.
Yeah, an impressive shot from the right point that time for Bishop Guertin. So with these color rush unis, they might have changed up some numbers in the process from the original roster. So we'll wait for Bill Thorpe's announcement to tell you who scored that goal. 2-0, Bishop Guertin up early.
They're going to announce them both at once here.
Still doing the first goal announcement. Glove by Paquette, loose puck waved at. And trying to stuff it home. Bishop Guertin had a great opportunity to score a third goal, and that would really back up the goal scorer announcements.
Yeah, really. He's having trouble even sneaking that second one in there.
Yeah.
Now the zone's cleared. Here's your perfect time for it, right?
Right. The line change for Bishop Guertin, a successful one, as they're able to get out there and get possession immediately. And almost went 5-hole from beyond the blue line. Robbie Morrell manages to hang on.
Yeah, dangerous cover. A lot of times you'll see goaltenders kind of go down to the knee, put the stick down there covering up that 5-hole. You don't want to allow any chance. He just kind of dropped down into that butterfly
stance. Go past the stick.
That was risky, yeah.
BG controls the faceoff in the offensive zone. They slide it around behind the net. Trying to get it first, and does Mike Schaff. SCHAFF, number 15. In the slot, trying to get a shot away was Sam Cronin, not able to do so. Norhegan takes the puck off the BG stick, and they don't get it out. Keeping it in is Max Trawick, number 3. Checked off the puck, but the Cardinals still have it. Up the boards it goes. Jared Zichik, number 4, a turnaround shot, and desperate to get it out of their zone, they finally do.
Well, and a good save to keep it at least near the blue line and not allow an entire breakout chance for Norhegan. I'm getting them all mixed up.
Jack Johansson, who we have as number 18, number 23 with the goal. Number 2 of the game, Guertin leads it, so it's Jack Johansson who is the defenseman that scored. Beachy looking for number 3. That's a blocked shot, loose puck, and it's poked out of the zone now by Evan Susi, number 2. Evan and his line mate Mike Dodge will change up as the Cardinals have it. Good bid near side by Ben Peterson, looking for his second goal of the game, number 9. Rocketing in.
Yeah, he's circling around there in the slot, waiting for the pass.
Good poke check and an opportunity for a break-in. This is Matty Escanis, way out of his net. Shot off the post. Did it not go in? Oh, that one hurts physically for Norhegan that it didn't go home.
What an opportunity squandered there. They had a wide open net. And now we're going to get a penalty called on the backside on a cross-check. What a sequence of events there for Norhegan as they had the wide open net. It was a risky play to come out of the net.
Nick Hall.
Yeah, and he made
bad choice.
Bad choice, but saved by the post. You hear a lot of times goaltenders will tell you that the post is their best friend. And you can
That's his BFF right there, that post.
Imagine the conversations they're going to have when they clear the zone.
Amazing how that didn't go in. There's a save, maybe a stick or a blocker save. Loose puck, I can still see it on the ice out there, but Norhegan not able to shove it past Nick Hall. Heavy hit, far boards, puck iced.
And Hall was just reaching for it. You could just see him just trying to grab at it with that right hand.
Tell you what, Norhegan has had their chances. None better than the wide open net where they hit the post with the goaltender nowhere to be seen in the picture.
That's one that you replay when you're laying in bed tonight.
Yeah.
That's going to haunt you for the next couple weeks.
Loose puck. Guertin not able to clear it though as it hit the Ryan Flynn. 2 minutes for cross-checking was the penalty call, by the way. And North-Souhegan on the power play here. Unfortunately, they iced it, and faceoff will come back into their zone with 1:09 left on the man advantage.
Yeah, so for Norhegan, this is their opportunity. This is their second power play of the game. The first one was a short one, but they're going to have an opportunity here over the next minute. They were really threatening there, and if they can get an odd man rush here out of this chance, it would really go a long way into cutting the deficit in half.
Griffin Masur, number 10, gets tied up near the blue line and ends up being offside. So again, or is it down in the Norhegan zone? Was it a pass above the shoulder? Hand pass, and you face off in the Norhegan zone. The officials are talking over. I think maybe one of the refs is going to call it just face off right there.
May as well let them play out.
I believe it's not intentional. It's not face off in their own zone. 50 seconds left to go in the power play for Norhegan, but they lose it in the defensive zone. It's Liam Nye, number 16 for Guertin on the forecheck, succeeding in slowing down the Norhegan power play. And again with it is Liam Nye. Plays it back to his defenseman who's going to make a little rush here shorthanded. Cam Fagan, number 19, deep into the zone. Had it taken away, but now it's Bishop Guertin setting up on a 4-on-5 situation. And the save is made by Morrell, and that was a stinging shot from the point. Yeah, not good.
Doug Barker found himself in some open space. That's been the theme of the night for Bishop Guertin, is finding that open ice near the blue line and just ripping some slappers. And Doug Barker, a face-off win there as he ties it up for himself on the shorthand, as they're getting an offensive drive here on the shorthand.
I hate to say it. Nice save by Morrell as he falls backwards. Nasty wrister from Doug Barker, and I hate to say this, Matt, but the phrase that comes to mind is a 4-on-5 power play situation for Bishop Guertin.
That's what it seems like. We saw that. We saw that in the earlier game with Bedford when they had plenty of opportunities and even scored a shorthanded goal. Really, it takes until the 5-on-3 to where they're at a major disadvantage with the size and the speed advantage they have, and now BG back to 5-on-5.
Yeah, in fact, coming out of the box with an opportunity for a break-in, the Cardinals. The call for icing, that was Ryan Flynn coming out of the box after serving his cross-checking penalty. 2-0 the score. North-Souhegan has had their chances, most notably with the goaltender Nick Hall sprawled out of the cage completely. The shot at an open net struck the post, and it keeps North-Souhegan off the scoreboard to this point. Strong rush there for Bishop Guertin. Save is made by Morrell, and Bishop Guertin shoots it right back in. 5.5 minutes to go in the first period. Saucer pass, can't quite collect it. Brandon Hughes stopped just outside the point by Matty Ascanis. Cross-ice pass goes to John Natale, shoots it far diagonal, and Sabre-Titans will get a 5-man line change. Barker, slapper, right pad save by Morrell, directs it to the corner.
That's one where Barker's just trying to set something up. Really no menace in that shot, not a lot of opening, but he can get something off the rebound. He'll head to the bench. And another scoring opportunity for BG by the wayside.
Jared Eggersheim is number 14 on the forecheck for Norhegan, but Bishop Guertin works it out smartly. Ben Young sprinting, left boards, beats Paquette, throws it in on Morrell. He's looking for it. It's loose. Unfortunately, only Sabre-Titan players are near the puck, but they can't get it out. The clearing pass struck a Norhegan player, and fortunately, it is finally cleared out of the zone.
Yeah, it was right at the end of the shift. A lot of tired legs, couldn't locate the puck, and BG not able to do anything with it as they'll try and generate another offensive drive. They're offside, so they'll have to slow it up, and they'll keep their 5 out.
Guertin steals it away. This is Ben Young. Shot on goal. Morrell hangs on, and again, didn't seem 100% sure that he had it as his mask helmet combination comes off. And we get a rare look.
It looks like he's struggling a bit.
Yeah, at the face of the goaltenders in these games, you don't usually see. That is Robbie Morrell, who has worked hard in this first period to keep it to just a 2-goal game.
Well, he's had to, yeah. Plenty of opportunities for BG in their offensive zone, creating them on a lot of neutral zone turnovers as well. So both offense and defense, BG's been dominant thus far. And you'll remember, John, in that first period of the South Bedford game, it was scoreless, even though Bedford had a definite advantage throughout the frame. And this one, it's been BG all the way, and they've got the 2-goal lead to show for it here. 4:01 to go in the first.
I keep flashing back to that empty net post. It could be a 1-goal game here, 2-1. It should be, actually.
If it's haunting you in your dreams, imagine
yeah, the guy who shot it.
Yeah, imagine the North-Souhegan players thinking about it.
Off the rear board, behind the goal. Cardinals trying to get it out in front and get a scoring chance. Dominic Calandra is number 13, lurking out in the slot. And the puck free. It's going to be shot right down toward the goal, but it's going to be icing again against the Sabre-Titans. That looked like a design shot on goal that just went wide, so the whistle is blown and face off in the Sabre-Titans zone.
And a new 5 out there for the Cardinals. They have an opportunity if they can win this draw. With a lot of space near that blue line. It's going to take a quick shot for them.
Cam Fagan on the faceoff of Guertin wins it. The wrister goes off the side of the net and or the post to the left of Robbie Morrell. Piling up the scoring chances of the Cardinals. Paquette gets it on up to Yeah, John Natali, and he gets it to Matty Ascanis, but Ascanis has got to wind up. Matty to Dean Paquette with his head up, looking for an open teammate off the stick of Griffin Masur. And Cardinals puck played just outside the blue line. Some heavy traffic and collisions going on right next to the referee at the far end of the blue line. The player hits the deck. That would be Jack Johansson, one of the goal scorers for Guertin in this game, number 23 in the middle of it. Paquette around the boards. Not out, but now Matty Ascanis has it. Nice tape-to-tape pass to Natali. He tried to find Griff Masur in the middle, but BG getting back en masse on defense. Intercepts the play. Paquette fans on that one. It's going to be a foot race. No icing because Dean had a chance at it. Skirmish near corner. To the point. Snapshot. Right pad save by Morrell.
That's where the looks have been for BG today.
Coming out of the corner with it. Shot up over the shoulder and into the net. A goal by number 3, Max Trawick for Bishop Guertin, their 3rd goal of the game on a wrister from inside the left faceoff circle.
And that was a great shot for Trawick, but an even better setup, just kind of skating around the back of the net, nobody there in front, and a lot of wide open real estate in the slot. He took it there himself and then put it top shelf and gives BG a 3-0 lead now, and inside 2 minutes in the first period, and Barker not done yet.
Right over the shoulder of Robbie Morrell. Unfortunately, that's one of those saves where it pays to be really big. You know, just let it hit you, but it was well shot, well aimed by Trawick. And Guertin relentless with the pressure here. Another chance off the post and in. A wrister by Ryan Flynn makes it 4-0.
We've seen 2 pairs of goals so far, realistically.
Yeah.
It was the first 2 goals, and then Trawick, and then that one put in there. Brings it to 4-0, and BG doing what Bedford couldn't in that first period, which was start to run away with it.
Tell you what, that goal that Ryan Flynn just scored, that was a sniper goal off the post and in. That would have beat just about every goalie in the league. I don't care what your goals against average is or who you play for. That was just a great shot, and it shows you what can happen when you're playing with loose confidence as BG is right now.
And it was a bad defensive setup as he had that same shot twice. He was deflected off the right leg, and we get another one there.
This is just a clinic on offense right now by Bishop Guertin. Number 14 with the goal was Ben Young, the recipient of a beautiful pass from Nick Gould with speed into the zone, and you just got to shake your head at this point.
We're not even done talking about that 4th goal. They go out there and put a 5th one in, and BG showing you why they are better, at least in the record book so far, than the North-Souhegan Sabre-Titans, who are still winless in just their 11th game of the year.
Here comes the Cardinals again, right off of the face-off at center ice, right back into the offensive zone with just 1 minute left to go in the first period, looking for their 7th goal. And I think we're going to have running time in the second period at some point at this rate.
We'll have to inquire about that rule at the break. Because I know it's in the 3rd period. We got to see. I would imagine it extends into that 2nd and even maybe the 1st if it gets to that point as well.
Right. Bishop Guertin playing confident here in their home, away from home. They play at Skate 3 in Tingsboro, but they are a Nashua-based school. It was unassisted for Flynn on that wrister off the post and in. It made it 5-0. Just a deflected shot at the blue line, and here come the Sabre-Titans. John Natali trying to headman the puck to Matty Ascanis. Throws it in, the chip and chase play for the Sabre-Titans, but right back out of the zone come the Cardinals. A poke at it. Dean Paquette intercepted it. Collisions in the neutral zone. Paquette has it as time expires. A rough first period for North-Souhegan as Bishop Guertin flexes their scoring muscle in the opening 15 minutes of play. It's 5-0 at the break.
Yeah, and it was 2 goals pretty much immediately right off the bat. BG letting you know that they are the superior team in talent, speed, size, a little bit of everything. And then that trio at the end, like you said, just an offensive click, tape-to-tape passing, quick decision-making, and some wide-open looks from the slot, the result of the lack of defensive effort from North-Souhegan once they got down, 3-4-0. That's what we saw at the end of that first period there.
Yeah, it's some marksmanship as far as the shooting accuracy, too, on the part of Bishop Guertin. John Collins with Matt Nevert. Our cameraman is Jim McLean. We'll be back quickly with second period action here at the Conway right after this break.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework. It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just gotta
trying as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Conway Arena as we enter period number 2. Nashua North-Souhegan hosting the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Unfortunately for North, they are on the short end of a 5-0 score as we begin the second period of play. John Collins with Matt Nevert. Our cameraman is Frank Wallant here in the second period. And unfortunately, Matt, we had a little bit of a discussion about when does running time kick in.
I guess
possibly.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we may at this rate.
5-0. We were assuming it's in the third period. I would assume that there is also some kind of a mark in the second period as to when running time hits. And I for one, think that we're going to have a chance to find out, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, the offensive onslaught by Bishop Guertin, and they have been so accurate with their shooting that they're capitalizing on, seems like 60% of their scoring chances are ending up in the back of the net. And that's bad news for North-Souhegan. So face-off will be in the Bishop Guertin zone. South was shut out in the opener of this boys hockey doubleheader on this Super Bowl 52 eve here on NashuaETV. It was South Pelham losing to Bedford, the defending state champs. Is it 6-0?
Yep, 6-0 was the final, and that was what instigated running time. It's 6 goals in the third period. So we won't see running time here in the second. No matter how many goals BG theoretically puts up this period. 6 goals or more in the third and final period of play. So.
Okay. Near side save is made by Robbie Morrell, who's been under siege in this game. He's made a ton of saves, with 5 goals have gotten by. North-Souhegan had a great chance for a goal in the first period, a wide open net, but it rang off the post just like that instead of going in. And now Bishop Guertin stuffs it home. The wraparound produces a goal. Number 16 for BG's going to get credited, and it might even be an unassisted goal.
Yeah,
we'll have to wait.
Liam Nye putting it in just on the wraparound chance through the 5-hole of Morrell. So there's that 6th goal. So they're going to look to keep this deficit heading into the third. And that would start running time. North-Souhegan is allowing too many opportunities from right in front. They're taking it right down the lane, in the slot, behind the net. And another one there that thankfully sailed wide off the stick of Madden. But too many chances like one right there.
Shot, and we have a whistle before the goal.
Yeah, it was a cross-check behind the net, it looked like. Well, not like that opportunity in the last game where the net was off and they allowed the first goal for Bedford, but going to get a face-off all the way down in the defensive zone for BG now.
Was it a pass, a hand pass or something? It negated the goal.
I think it was. I think he got knocked down, threw it out in front with the hand, and then
it looked like Dominic Calandra, number 13, shot the wrister past Morrell, but just after the whistle had sounded. Calandra has it right now, 2-on-2. Shot, goal, he just a sniper shot in the upper right corner. Dom Calandra scores 2 goals in about 20 seconds, but that one counts.
Oh my goodness, what a rip.
What
And
a
they're not
shot.
even going to go to the bench. I think we see just a lot of quick turnaround, and I don't think that the scoring for BG is over. As
7-0.
now they'll get a line change out there. And like I said about a minute ago, just bring it down the lane, right down the alley, and just not even a move, just a ripper of a shot. Morrell, these games are tough because you can't get demoralized. Morrell's going to be out there the whole time. He's the only goalie in uniform, so it's his game to try and, I guess, keep under control. That helps right there with the big hit.
Mike Schaff, number 15, with it in front. The net is way loose, so we'll have a whistle.
Glad they saw that one before it was put in, right?
Yeah. So, face off to the left of Robbie Morrell. Brad Marchand of the Bruins could have used that kind of accuracy that we saw from Calandra there, that last goal, that wrister, in the skills competition of the NHL All-Star Weekend. I think he made some joke about they gave him smaller targets to shoot at just out of spite.
I'm surprised that they let him participate in that, quite honestly.
The whole thing?
Yeah,
because he's under suspension at the time.
And it's not the first time he's been suspended, too. I talked about it.
You know, you're right. I mean, that would seem to be the move if you're going to be suspended for misbehavior on the ice.
Repeated misbehavior. It's like his 5th or 6th suspension.
If it happens to fall during the All-Star Weekend, oh well, you missed the All-Star game. But no, they gave him like a reprieve, a get-out-of-jail card to participate in that whole thing.
I'm sure he had to deal with a lot of spite from the crowd. I mean, I'm a Penguins guy, so I'm
in Florida,
I'm kind of with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, free trip down to Florida. He gets to play after not playing for about a week. Not too bad for Marchand.
Yeah. Well,
Bruins taking on
Matt
Toronto
is
tonight.
from the Pittsburgh area, so you can understand why he's a Penguins fan and why he might not like the Rat.
Hey, there's a reason they call him that. I'll leave it at that.
I hate to say it, as a guy that roots for him every day, some of the stuff he does, it makes me say, really, Brad?
Well,
really?
Him and Milan Lucic together were just the
Oh,
worst.
Lucic.
Oh, that was the worst twosome.
Who's the nicest guy in person you ever want to meet. I met him at a few Thanksgiving events at the Drake and House of Pizza, where he's helped giving away Thanksgiving meals. But yeah, on the ice, different story. This is Jack Johansson, number 23, tries to drop pass to Peterson. Peterson shot, saved by Morrell. Loose puck, another save by Morrell. It's still loose, in front. Trying to clear desperately. Norhegan, it's behind the goalie. It's a goal for Johansson. He kept after it. His 2nd goal of the game.
And that's about the hardest goal that BG's had all game, as it was bouncing around Morrell. Got to give him credit.
Morrell.
A couple of fantastic saves in that sequence, but just not able to extend it out. I think he made one of them with the underside of his offhand, just kind of firing it back out there, but too many bodies in the crease for BG. And make it 8-0. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, John. I think that all but guarantees that we'll start out period number 3 in running time. Yeah, it'll be a 15-minute period straight through.
Oh, well, somebody cue up the Beatles song Help, because Robbie Morrell got none in that sequence. He made all kinds of saves. Here comes Norhegan looking for their first goal of the game, trailing 8-0 now here in the 2nd.
Just offside there, and what would have been another grand opportunity. And it's just a number of defensive miscues for Norhegan, and a good team like BG is going to take advantage of those. And it's just been too many in around the same period of time. It's been goals in bunches. We saw it from Bedford, but not to this level.
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure all 5 players for Bishop Guertin touched the puck in that sequence before Johansson threw it behind Morrell into the net. But they only give out 2 assists per goal.
Well, it's the equivalent of what we see sometimes in college basketball with some of these teams, where they don't put the ball on the floor. They just pass, find the open man for the open jumper. And it's a similar style, especially down low, the grinded out style that BG had for their last goal. The 8th goal here in just over a period and not even a third.
Well, we noted that Bishop Guertin has a good record coming into the game, but they play some really tough competition out of state. a lot of it in Massachusetts.
You see that a lot with BG in really any sport. They play a
basketball
top-tier talent.
too is going on right now. Yep.
Basketball. I did the volleyball state championship game.
So all the more reason why it's just unfair on Robbie Morrell right now to face this kind of an attack.
Well, and he's the only tender in uniform as well, too. So, you know, a lot of times you see it get up to 5-6-0. You pull the goalie, give somebody else a chance, change the momentum.
Yeah,
no,
that's
it's Morrell's game for the rest of the timeout. So he better buckle in there before it gets to double digits.
Paquette back to get it. His attempted clear is blocked in the near boards in the corner. And BG keeping the pressure on. Cardinals with it. After some collisions, the Bishop Guertin offense still with possession deep in the Norhegan zone. Paquette back to get it.
Gotta say, love the flow of Paquette. Best hair I've seen today of all four teams. And one thing that I'd like to see is for Norhegan to get on the board, not only to cut this deficit, but to make it so that we don't have a shutout in both games. You know, you like to see a little bit of parity.
You would. And unfortunately, unless the Sabre-Titans score at some point, you're going to have 2 shutouts of 2 Nashua hockey teams on their home ice this afternoon. Puck around the boards and not out. Guertin throwing one toward the net, missing to the right was number 4, Jared Zicek for the Cardinals. Stopped at the blue line by Aiden Wilkie, number 5. He shoots it all the way around. And Guertin wins the race to that puck. Paquette has it now for Norhegan. Nice blind backhanded pass to his teammate. Number 19 is Spencer Newsham for Norhegan. Guertin with it. Wrister blocker save by Morrell. 8.5 minutes to go. Relentless pressure and possession by Bishop Guertin. In tight, trying to go fourth floor was Dylan Nutter.
That would have been a tough shot from him close. Would have been supreme stick work.
Nutter actually accidentally trips Ben Foley in front of the goal, but no call. Paquette, can he get it out of the zone? He's going to ice it. He needed to. So Bishop Norhegan can get a line change. Yeah,
as they were buried in that zone.
Yeah.
You talked about it in the first game with the way that it's set up here. The Norhegan defensive zone is on the far side of from where their bench is. So if you're struggling to clear the zone
in the second period,
I mean you're buried in there, and it makes it tough. So for Paquette, a good call, and that's why
it's
he's
like
the
old
captain.
wrestling when the guy was in trouble and he couldn't tag his tag team partner because he's too far away.
Exactly.
And you're in all kinds of dire straits. Goal, it finds its way through. Johansson shrugging his shoulders, may have the hat trick. I don't believe that any teammate deflected it through 5-hole. It is 9-0.
Looked like it, and that's the 4th time this afternoon, and the 2nd time from him that we've seen just a slap shot from the blue line, finding its way through the legs of Morrell. That makes it 9-0 now. As you said it, just the Michael Jordan shrug, which I think is one of the most savage celebrations there is in general, and that's across
the Michael
sports.
Jordan shrug. I love it. I didn't realize that it started with him.
It might not have started, but that's the most famous one I can think of.
Oh boy, it hurts for the Norhegan team. Oh, heavy hit. They're going to penalize that. It was shoulder to shoulder.
They're going to call interference there, and they have the referees today have had a quick trigger on calling the interference. There's a number of things that you could have called, and that's the 2nd time today. Not sure
when the player just had the puck.
Yeah, not quite sure that it should have been interference, but you know, it definitely warranted a penalty, maybe a charging or a roughing call. You could get away with calling either of those.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we'll get a 5-on-4 chance for Norhegan. It's about the only advantage they've had in a period and a half.
Trailing 9-0. They want to get on the scoreboard. Funny, the goaltender was set up where the official was standing all by himself, ready to drop the puck, All the players were on this near circle, and the referee was on the other circle. Bishop Guertin charging out of their own zone. Off the face-off, they throw it behind the goal, all the way around. And Paquette broken up. One-touch pass from Griffin Masur to John Natali. And Bishop Guertin sends it the length of the ice. Under 7 minutes left. And they announced that Alex Evans, Cam Fagan, 2 minutes for interference.
BG content with a 9-goal lead, and on the shorthand to just dump it down. Now they're going to use that to get a couple of new men out on the ice, but they're not looking to apply any unneeded pressure. They're going to try and preserve the shutout.
Cross-ice pass. Chris Constant for Norhegan shoots it in. And a pretty easy save for Nick Hall.
And one thing I got to say, John, is that Hall, left-handed goalie for BG, their backup is a lefty as well. Gotta love the influx of left-handed goaltenders in hockey, changing it up. It's like a lefty golfer, something you used to not see often at all.
Yeah.
And now the lefty tendy, it's something you see more often.
And I have to admit, that's something that I usually don't even recognize when I watch a goaltender. And as Matt points out, you know he's lefty because he's got the stick in the left hand and the glove hand is the right hand.
And it's interesting for some of these guys because there are more natural right-handed shooters in society, I would say, than left-handers. So you wonder how much that plays into it. But for guys that, grew up playing multiple sports, I got to wonder how hard it is for a naturally right-handed player to now throw that trapper on the right hand, the opposite of the hand that it would be on for a right-handed thrower. So you wonder if the shot dictates it, if you want to, clear it out easier, if you don't have the dexterity to shoot left-handed.
Here's the interesting fact that I learned. I'm reading a book, Brooks Robinson biography right now by Doug Wilson, who also wrote one about Mark Fidrich the Bird, and I just love the book. It's so well done. Doug Wilson is called Brooks, and of course the human vacuum cleaner he was known as. He is a natural-born left-handed person, Brooks Robinson, who learned how to throw the ball right-handed and did it extremely well. He's an all-time recognized best defensive player in baseball history at third base. But his naturally strong hand was his left hand, and that's what his glove was on.
That's
his famous glove. Isn't that interesting?
That is weird.
So that might be answer part of your question about glove hands and natural sides and what you can do.
Well, a lot of times as a parent, you hear that your kid starts doing stuff left-handed and you're psyched because that's the easiest route to the major leagues as a lefty, either a first baseman, an outfielder, or a pitcher. But like I said, it does limit your position chances. So for Brooks Robinson, kind of interesting. I don't think something that would happen nowadays.
Right, yeah, he just learned how to play the game with the glove on his dominant hand and learned how to throw. And I guess he could throw both ways. But of course he played third base, so he's going to throw with his right hand.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Break in the action with 4:28 to go, second period. Bishop Guertin enjoying a 9-0 lead. The scoring pace has slowed down just a little bit. John Collins with Matt Neverett, Frank Wallet on camera. You're watching NashuaETV. Early February game. We're on Super Bowl 52 Eve with our partner Tom King out in Minneapolis. Saw him inside the Mall of America, where I'm sure he didn't purchase one single item while he was in there.
Absolutely.
No, it's on.
They actually just announced, I don't know if you've even seen this yet, the Hall of Fame class for this year. They're burying it in there with the Super Bowl
Ty Law
weekend.
make it?
Ty Law did not make it.
Did not make
Ray
it.
Lewis, Randy Moss, T.O., Brian Urlacher, and Brian Dawkins, which is, if you listen to my Saturday Sports Report show this morning, I said all those guys except Urlacher. I thought they'd make him wait another year, but all those guys in. Ray Lewis, Randy Moss, T.O., Brian Dawkins, and Brian Urlacher, your 2018 NFL Hall of Fame class. A lot of football going on this weekend. Not all of it on the field.
Well, thanks for sharing that. It's very interesting. Remind me, was Dawkins on the Eagles?
Yeah, he was the Eagles' big defensive safety.
Safety, right, okay.
And he was known as a big hitter, but he also led the NFL in interceptions twice out of the safety position.
Yeah, okay, so that's in the area where you grew up, right, in Pennsylvania?
Yeah,
sort of?
close enough.
You're a Steeler fan, are you?
Not Patriots.
Patriots, sorry, okay.
Yeah, well,
I know you're a Penguin fan.
I grew up moving around so much.
Okay, yeah. So you chose wisely in that area.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Well, I grew up rooting for them. It was thankfully that they were good about the time I started getting into football.
Oh, okay,
You
yeah.
know, 01, 03, 04, around that time.
Yeah.
Those Super Bowl teams.
Oh, true, right. So so Dawkins is in and Ty Law.
Ty Law's going to get in next year. It was basically,
Yeah.
basically the way that it's kind of slotted out. It's a little bit different than the Baseball Hall of Fame. Is that you basically have your positions almost slotted out, where your top 1 or 2 wide receivers is going to get in, your top linebacker or 2 is going to get in, and so it's a logjam at the defensive back position. And so Ty Law, there's a couple other guys. I think Law gets in next year though.
Probably right. Glad I kept my Randy Moss Patriots jersey.
There you
number
go.
81.
Hey, that's a good one to have.
Yeah.
It's a good one to have. It's interesting. One thing that I talked about in terms of Randy Moss and Terrell Owens and comparing them is that they have extremely similar numbers.
Really?
Terrell Owens played 1 more game. He's got 700 more yards over his career than Randy Moss. Randy Moss just has 3 more touchdowns than T.O. So very, very similar numbers for them. And good to see them both get in. I was surprised that T.O. didn't get in last year on his first year on the ballot. Randy Moss, a first ballot guy through and through. But for T.O., with the similar stats, it was just the disruptions that he caused rubbed some people the wrong way and made him wait a whole year to get into the Hall of Fame. I'm sure it's not a ton of skin off of his back.
And who's the first name you mentioned that seemed like a no-brainer?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis, right?
Ray
yeah,
Lewis,
that's
so
right. Yeah.
You got Lewis and Urlacher as your linebackers. You've got Owens and Moss as your wide receivers, and then you've got Dawkins as your defensive back, and then
That's an interesting class, man. Those will be interesting speeches.
big names for sure.
Yeah,
the,
big names.
The Lewis one's going to be good. Randy Moss is really coming into his own in terms of his personality with all the ESPN stuff.
Yeah, love it. So, do they announce the NFL Most Valuable Player tonight?
They're doing that, I think, throughout the evening. They just named Alvin Kamara the AP Offensive Rookie of the Year award. So I think they're going to be swinging through
From the
those.
Saints.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he had a phenomenal breakout year.
Minute and a half to go, second period. 9-0. Bishop Guertin leading this one, in command with the puck as they go through the neutral zone. Heavy hit. John, number 17, Ryan Flynn had the puck. And a little bit of a discussion between Flynn and number 5, Ryan Dantos after that hit. Through the blue line area, the wrister, and a goal.
Yeah, so wait
It
for the
does
call.
get past Aiden Wilkie with the wrister, beats Morrell. It is 10-0.
And that was about as inauspicious a goal as you can
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
You know, if that was in. I thought it was just a great save from Morrell to roll around on that trapper's side, but
And we were sort of screened by Morrell after the shot because we were right on line with Aiden Wilkie when he let it go. And unfortunately, too quick for Morrell on that shot. And double digits now for the Cardinals. I think I got that bet, the
there you
over-under
go.
that you had for second period goals. Unfortunately for Norhegan. So we should see running time in the third period.
we definitely will.
Yeah, we may see the backup goaltender for Bishop Guertin, but as Matt pointed out, it's going to be Robbie Morrell in net for Norhegan for the third period because they don't have any other goalies suited up at the moment. Oh, was Ben Peterson, they said?
Yeah, that's his second
Oh.
goal. He scored the first, and now and then
Okay.
now the 10th, bookending the goals so far for Bishop Guertin.
I'm sorry, I thought it was number 5, but it must have been a rumpled uniform. And it was Ben Peterson with another goal for him to make it 10-0. Cat intercepts at center ice. First to get it's Cam Fagan. Cat again throws it up ahead. The buzzer sounds just before Dean Paquette levels. Number 21 for BG. That would be Aaron Pratt getting up from the hit. Second period in the books. Was that 5 goals for BG?
It was 4. It was 6-0 after
It was
one.
6,
so.
okay.
Still a great offensive output nonetheless in the second period with 4 goals across, and it'll be a 10-0 score heading into the third.
Well, it's 12 minutes intermission, but I can promise you, through the magic of editing, it'll be a very much quicker break than that. John Collins with Matt Nevert back with third period action here at the Conway right after this.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Conway Arena. It's the third period of the second game of our boys ice hockey doubleheader on the eve of Super Bowl 52. And unfortunately, Matt, we have yet to see the Nashua team score a goal in this doubleheader. Bedford came in, blanked South Pelham 6-0, and now it's a 10-0 score. And it's North-Souhegan that are on the wrong end here against Bishop Guertin.
Yeah, for BG, 6 goals in the first period, 4 more in the second. I think we see another couple here, and now with the puck dropped, we'll get 15 minutes straight through unless somehow, some way, Norhegan can muster up 5 goals and bring the deficit to within 5. But in New Hampshire, NHIAA hockey rules, a 6-goal lead in the third period calls for running time, and that's what we'll get here tonight.
So when we do have a whistle like the one that you just heard for icing, the clock continues to roll.
And BG, they're going to take their time. I mean, there's no reason to rush really anything. And yeah, like you said, nothing can stop that clock now, so.
Yeah. Well, we asked the question, if Bedford played against Bishop Guertin, the two powers that we saw here this afternoon in boys ice hockey, if they played this season, what would happen? We know the answer. It was a 4-1 win for Bishop Guertin over Bedford earlier in the season. So they may meet again in the playoffs, though, man. That would be interesting.
Likely, yeah, and that would be a matchup of 2 very good teams, the back-to-back defending state champs in Bedford and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, who today have just dominated these North-Souhegan Sabre-Titans.
One of those 2 back-to-back championships came at the expense of Bishop Guertin, 3-2 in the state final in 2016. So we'll see who ends up. But Hanover and Pinkerton are a couple of teams that may have something to say about that. They've had very impressive records, especially Hanover. I think they might have lost to one team, but Hanover's been running the table pretty much this season.
And it'll be interesting to see the strategy for the Bishop Guertin coaching staff here as to how many players they get in. Hall's still in the net, the #1 goaltender.
Oh, yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see, you know, guys who have had a major impact like Peterson and Johansson and guys like that, how much they will see the ice here in the third and final period.
Chris Constant, number 22 for Norhegan, trying to clear it out of the zone, but he can't. Bishop Guertin skating it back in and dumping it in. Not too much of a heavy pursuit after it as Paquette lifts it out of the zone to the center ice area. Checking the standings in boys ice hockey at the current moment here in early February of 2018. Right at the very top is Hanover at 11-1, followed by Pinkerton at 10-1, Concord 9-1, Bedford, who we saw earlier, 10-3, Bishop Guertin 6-3-1. So they may be putting it together late in the season to make a run at the state title. They always seem to be in the mix. Some heavy hitting in Norhegan's defensive zone. Bishop Guertin comes away with the puck. They almost seem to deliberately not shoot.
Yeah, they're really just trying to not really run up the score against Norhegan, but they're making it tough. They're giving them so many opportunities right out in front.
It almost appeared as if Bishop Guertin has been instructed not to shoot, man. So we'll see if that's true here in the third period. That's a difficult task for a hockey team.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
really.
natural instincts would seem to kick in. You got the puck and you're in the offensive zone. What do you do with it?
Well, even you look at them there on defense, they're not even really trying to take the puck away. They're just kind of standing in the passing lanes and playing a sagging off passive style. We'll see here is, you know, they get the rush in. Do you go into the corner? Do you keep skating around the back of the net like we see here? And yeah, we'll see if they get any shots. It looks like they're going to keep the puck in the offensive zone and look for something easy out in front. I don't think they're going to try and create anything too nuts. But if they have an open opportunity from the slot, may as well rip it.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, it's hard to just play keep away for the entirety of the period. But again, Bishop Guertin passing up the shot.
Or even just
Playing catch.
just shoot something from the blue line and then get back on the defense. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a way to go about it. And yeah, they're just going to take it into the corners. And
It's Max Trawick, who has a goal of the 10.
And hard to find a guy who doesn't have a goal, right?
Yeah.
Johansson's got 3, Peterson's got 2, Trawick's got the 1. And that's only a little bit.
Calandra's got 1.
I was going to say those 3 only a little bit more than half the goals.
Yeah.
This evening, and it's still 10-0 as we're 5 minutes down in the third period.
And Norhegan trying to come out of their own zone, but cannot.
It's got to be demoralizing where even when you're trying to get the puck out of your own zone and the other team is not even really attempting to put it in, they're really struggling to there. And earlier in the game, we would have seen a handful of shot attempts there as there was some wide open space. And PG just going into that near side corner. That's where they're going to be running out the majority of this clock.
Aiden Wilkie checking. I believe it was Griffin Masur into the boards, or it may have been Matty Ascanis, number 9, that took the brunt of that hit.
Well, the offensive attack for BG subdued, but the defensive pressure and the physicality is still going on.
Yeah.
Late. Yeah.
They're not going to give up any easy goals.
They're going to hit till the end, that's for sure.
I don't think I can say I've ever seen this in my life where a team has been specifically instructed not to shoot on the opposing goaltender at the start of a period. But that is very clear what is going on here for Bishop Guertin, and it is up to North-Souhegan to try to come up with a goal and get off the snide. They've been blank to this point, 10-0.
Now, I wanted to get your opinion. You were right on the over. I set the over-under at PG goals in the second period at 3. They scored 4. Do you think Norhegan gets one? I don't. As bad as that is to say,
doesn't look good.
As bad as that is to say, I just don't think they're going to possess the puck enough.
Right.
Because even though BG not really trying to score anymore, they're doing a bang-up job of keeping it away from the Sabre-Titans.
Yeah, if I look down the roster, I don't know who's going to step up for North-Souhegan to get that goal.
If they do score, it's going to be Paquette, I bet.
Okay. I'll take John Natali, number 17.
All right, all right.
Hopefully one of those two players can get a goal pass.
At least something, right? You'd hope that at least 3 of the 4 teams would score.
Yeah, right. Nick Hall. But instead, Bishop Guertin putting on a passing clinic in the offensive zone here as they continue to possess the puck without shooting it on goal. And I guess it's a useful exercise as far as stick handling, passing, teamwork.
And even on the defensive side, they're still forechecking with the nice 1-2-2 look heading down the ice. The forecheck is still there. And now with 2-on-1, I bet you they don't get a shot off.
Trawick has an opportunity. You can see he backed off and threw it in behind the net.
Yeah.
So Bishop Guertin is determined not to give up a goal and not to score another goal. Paquette's clear, hits a body. I think it might have stung Ryan Welsh, number 11, who goes to the bench immediately.
Got him right in the gut. Not a lot of padding there. There's padding pretty much everywhere else, but the belly, not a lot of padding there unless you get it in that top sternum area.
Yeah, kind of my surprise a little bit too. This is Dominic Calandra, who goes deep into the corner, gets the puck back from the trailer, the teammate Sean Kelly, number 22 for BG. Guertin, of course, in the all-green uniforms, remindful of the Minnesota North Stars of old. And North-Souhegan Sabre-Titans, remindful of the Buffalo Sabres uniforms. Just over 6 minutes to go in the hockey game. As we, what do you call those prop bets in
the prop bets? Yeah,
the prop bets in the Super Bowl,
yeah.
or our proposition bets here in the third period involve will North-Souhegan Sabre-Titans score and who will score. So
that
hopefully they will come.
Gives me an opportunity for some self-promotion.
Yep.
Tune in to Smart Money Sports Super Bowl edition on Sunday, tomorrow morning from 9 to 11. I'll be talking Super Bowl prop bets. We have the Vice President of Racing Sports at the Westgate Superbook in Las Vegas, Mr. Jay Cornegay. He'll join us.
Oh, you got him getting up early, huh?
Oh yeah, out in Las Vegas, but he'll be up all day anyway.
He'll probably still be not gone to bed for the night.
That's an early day for him. He says it's a long weekend. He's a good family friend, so I've known him for years. So not my first rodeo in getting Jay Cornegay on there. But yeah, we'll talk about every proposition bet that I think is worth talking about. The best, John, I don't know if you know about these, but the Superbook does crossover bets, where, for instance, one that I like is Kyrie. Who will have more Kyrie Irving points tomorrow against the Trailblazers, or Rob Gronkowski receiving yards?
Crossover.
Or no, it's the longest Gronk reception.
Wow.
So they'll do, LeBron James points and assists over
that's
such and such
interesting. So Kyrie, what does he average, around 30?
Something like that. It'll be his first game back from an injury.
And you've got to see if a Gronk pass play will be more than 25, say?
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
There's a lot of them. I mean,
Will Kyrie even play? Because he didn't play last night.
He's supposed to. He's supposed to be in his first game back. But, the Superbook puts out almost 500 of these bets total. And it's their biggest single-day play in terms of money. Jay Cornegay's actually told me that they get more action during March Madness, but that's spread out during a more spread-out time.
We had a Bishop Guertin penalty on the last shift, so 2-minute power play here for North-Souhegan. Of course, it's going to be running time, but it is an opportunity to maybe score a goal. There's John Natali, number 17, out there with Griff Nassour. Shot, a rebound, came close to Natali.
That would have been your best chance there.
Yeah.
Here's my guy, though.
And Paquette is out here on this power play as well on running time.
So we got both of our guys out here. If either of them is going to score, here it is.
Yeah, the announcement for the penalty caught me off guard there, and it's already a minute and a half into it. Paquette has it behind the goal. Playing some keep away with Valandra. And he iced it, actually. That's not what you want to do.
No, surprised they're going to even let that run. And I was interested to see.
There goes the rest of the power play.
I was interested to see what would happen with the power play time. I guess you kind of have to run that if you're running the regular clock. It's a predicament that we don't run into very often. As it was, the last minute of play in that Bedford game as they scored late to bring it to 6. So for BG, just 3 more minutes, and that's on your clock at home, not just the scoreboard here.
So I want to say this, we probably won't be able to do another game together before the start of the Winter Olympic Games in South Korea. And there's going to be some great hockey watching opportunities in that one, including local hockey player for the USA women's team, Callie Flanagan of Hudson, whose dad, Bill Flanagan, owns the Cyclones team. And very proud dad. He's going to be out in South Korea watching Callie play defense for the USA women's team. She also plays for Boston College, who set a record for shutouts. The BC women's ice hockey team did. So good luck to her out there. And good luck to our colleague Tom King, who's out at the Super Bowl covering that for the Telegraph as well.
Couldn't quite swing a trip to Korea, could he?
No, I guess not. Unless he wants to parlay it and keep going. He's
Minnesota.
What is he, like 20% of the way there?
Something like
maybe
that.
Less?
Yeah, it depends on which direction you're headed. Yeah. Minnesota, a lot more manageable of a trip than Seoul, South Korea.
Yeah. I wonder if any of the participants in the Super Bowl, I'm talking about the players, 106 players, I wonder if any one of them will end up at the Winter Olympics.
I don't know. Tough to tell. I mean, they're going to have some free time after tomorrow.
Yeah, they will.
I bet you one of them finds their way.
Yeah, so maybe the guy will say instead of I'm going to Disney World, he'll say I'm going to Pyongyang.
I'm going to Korea. We're talking about the local flair, Corey Graham out of UNH, a defensive back for the
Eagles,
Philadelphia
right?
Eagles. Tom King talked to him. You can go
That's
look
on Twitter.
on his Twitter about
Yeah.
that. But yeah, some local flair in the Olympics and in the Super Bowl, and we're not just talking Tom King.
That's right. Fortunately. 1 minute to go in the game, running time, and Bishop Guertin has succeeded in A, not taking a shot on net, and B, preventing a Nashua team from scoring a goal on their home ice in this hockey doubleheader here on Super Bowl Eve.
Paquette dropped the stick. There goes my chance for a Paquette goal there.
Score was 10-0 after 2 periods of play and remains 10-0. So here's the question. Should they have pulled the goalie when they saw they were going to shoot?
I don't know.
And it would be 6-on-5?
That would have been an opportunity.
It would have been interesting,
I think that would have forced BG's hand. I think
that
you
would have
have
been
to
the
take
play.
I think you have to take a shot
Yeah.
on goal with no goalie.
I think
Although
you-
we saw Norhegan miss on an
Yeah.
empty net earlier
Right.
when Hall came out too far.
Brandon Hughes, number 8, has lost a stick and a glove, so he's just out there skating around. He should probably go get it since they're not going to take a shot on net.
The guy, he's got 10 seconds.
That's rough. Well, congratulations to Bishop Guertin. They have a tremendous hockey team. They are going to make some kind of a playoff run, and we wish them the best, as they are also one of the teams we cover regularly here on NashuaETV. Unfortunately for Norhegan, not their day, as they go down 10-0.
Yeah, and it was just an offensive onslaught early on. And I will say, we were making some fun and poking some fun at the end for BG not shooting at all. But that's a great show of sportsmanship, just
Bottom line.
outclassing Norhegan from
Bottom
the
line,
beginning.
yeah.
And you don't want to rub it in. Two teams that face each other a lot from nearby. You know, you don't want to rub it in and force the issue defensively. You know, you want to just play it out. 10-0 final. Take your wins when you can get them.
Classy move.
Absolutely.
Bishop Guertin takes it for Matt Neverett. Our cameramen, Jim McLean and Frank Wallen. I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching and saying so long from the Conway Arena in Nashua, everybody.